Hello, hi and namaste. This is Sudarshana here and I love to watercolor and I hope you do too. So today I painted this very beautiful lake scenery. This one is very easy, very simple to paint with absolutely minimal drawing and good for beginners. So if you would like to paint something like this, then you can join with me and paint along. So let's start. Start with the sky portion first, and we'll wet the entire sky portion with water with a large flat brush. And now we can start putting in a very diluted Celurean blue towards the bottom of the sky and Cobalt blue towards the top of the sky. So the top portion must be darker, obviously, and the bottom much lighter. And then we shall make some clouds with a crumpled tissue. Just dab the tissue onto the wet paint. Remember, this must be done when the paint is wet. Onto the water now. Here also, just like the sky, we shall be wetting the entire water portion with water and then paint it with cobalt blue on the left hand side, a very diluted mix of cobalt blue and little bit of Payne's grey. Here it should be darker towards the bottom and lighter as you go up. On the right hand side, I have added a little more of the Payne's grey to that mixture. And now we shall be adding in some few granules of table salt. This is to show the reflection of the clouds above. Now on to the mountains on the left. I painted the distant mountains with ultramarine blue. To show a misty feeling on the mountain, I dropped in some drops of water. Onto the mountain in the front. For the base layer, I painted it with diluted yellow ochre and later I dropped in wet some burnt umber and Payne's grey. All of this is to be done wet in wet. Now for the reflection. The reflection is to be done with the same colors as we used for the hill, that is Yellow Ochre, some burnt umber and Payne's grey. To show some movement in the water, make some thin, short strokes to show the ripples in the water. So as I said, this is a very easy tutorial. This can be done with any skill level. You could be a beginner or you could have some experience in watercolor. This one is going to be really easy for you. So I would suggest that you go ahead and try this one to see how it comes out for you. And it took me about 3 or a little more than 3 hours to finish this painting, but a lot of it was drying time. So if you use a hair dryer or something else to dry your painting, then you could be done much quicker. On to the boats now. I liked to paint the boats in a very bright red, so I used cadmium red and cobalt blue for the other one. Of course, you could use any color you would like. And now I am painting in the reflection of the red boat with short strokes as I am nearing the end of the boat. This is to show the ripples on the water. Some details on the boat, trying to show a cabin with some windows, and of course its reflection. Always remember to paint the reflections in broken lines. Okay, now on to the mountains on the right. So this mountain is covered with a lot of foliage, trees and bushes. So it has to be a very dark greenish color. To make the green, I used yellow ochre and cobalt blue. And this was the base layer. And here I am making some dry brush strokes at the very top of the mountain to depict some branches or foliage. At the bottom, I am dropping in the same green color but darker values, that is more bluish green, and at the top I am adding in more yellowish green, that is adding more yellow and less blue. And now I am adding in some drops of water to get some beautiful textures on the top of the mountain. You can see the effects now that the mountain has fully dried. On to the reflection of the mountain now. Again, trying to paint the reflection with the same colors I painted the mountain. adding in some darker values at the top to match the mountain colors above. Here I am tilting my painting board to an angle to let the paint run down. Here too I am dropping in clean water to get the same kind of effects that I got for the mountain above. And now for the most fun part, painting the pebbles. So all the pebbles that I painted were done with Payne's Grey. By the way, Payne's Grey is my most favorite color. First, I am painting in the tops of the pebbles, and later I will be painting their reflections. You could paint in as many or as less number of pebbles you like. For the very small pebbles, I am just splatting in some Payne's Grey. I am now painting the reflections for the pebbles. Note that the reflections should be a little darker in color than the actual pebbles. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial. So if you liked to see this tutorial, then do press the like button and do comment on what you liked or what you would like to see in my next videos. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you are a new viewer. And that's about it. Thank you so much for your time and have a great day. Thank you.